All right, Palo Alto 8.1 release notes. Let's see what we got here. Let's go features introduced. Let's just go through everything. Go through them all. SaaS application hosting characteristics. Ugh. That is a wall of text. Simplified App-ID. Okay, this could be good. Releases new app IDs on a monthly basis that your security policy can enforce without additional configuration. Is that new? I didn't think that was anything new. No longer need to wait equipping the firewall with the latest application knowledge. What are you talking about? App ID characteristics. That, okay. So you classify them ahead of time. You classify what you want. Goodness gracious. You classify types. Holy crap. Stop. So I'm guessing that's like the pervasive, evasive, transfers data, that sort of stuff. And you can build a policy based on those characteristics. Is that what it's saying here? Always on the new app IDs that might affect available. Kind of, maybe. I didn't get insight into how modified app IDs affect. I kind of thought that already happened. It'll be interesting to look into that further. SaaS application access control using header insertion. Users access and consider version of the application. Okay. It doesn't do anything for me, but neat. Easy custom app, excuse me, easy custom timeouts for apps and services. Oh, well, that's cool. It was kind of a pain. I didn't think it was terrible, but 50 Lite, nah. Azure, nobody uses these things. Okay, FQDN refresh time. Larger range of FQDN refresh time than prior release. 60 to 15,000 seconds. Can't remember what was it even configurable before? That's good. Decryption broker, offload SSL decryption to Palo Alto Network's firewall and decrypt traffic only once. A firewall enabled as a decryption broker. Oh, so it's dedicated to just decrypting, and it doesn't do any firewall enforcement. That's kind of like the decryption port mirror, I think. I'm not sure how it's different. To security chains, so this is like a whole new thing. But does it have to be inline like layer 2? So this is just a V-wire decryption port mirror? I think that's kind of what this is. That could be cool. I like how everything's getting like modular. You know, there's a logging only appliance and a management only Panorama appliance, and a decryption only and firewall only. You can get really granular and not have some all-in-one monolithic setup. Automatic SAN support for SSL decryption. Ooh. Server certificate contains only a CN. Firewall can now add a SAN. So if the origin content server didn't have a SAN, you can insert it. Yeah. Okay. Seems like not really our problem. Neat that it can do it though. Where was I? HSM. Oh, don't use it. Elliptical curve. Any improvements there are good. Decryption port mirror support extension. Oh, huh. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Those I feel like those artificial limits are kind of a nuisance. So, for example, the 3000 series firewalls can only have 30 or 32 security zones. It seems just like a artificial, arbitrary limit. And the fact that the VM series couldn't do decryption port mirror, yeah, this is good. Static analysis detection enhancements. Enhancements, okay. Enables the WildFire appliance to enhance the accuracy of threat detection by providing regular scheduled updates that can be installed. What? Previously, updates to the detection engines were limited. So it's not content, it's actually an engine update. Okay. What? Download and install the latest content updates. I don't understand this update. More file type support for WildFire, that's good. Encrypted appliance-to-appliance, oh well, surprised that wasn't already a thing. Device monitoring on Panorama, monitoring resource utilization on firewalls. Okay, so now it's like a SNMP monitoring. Yeah, okay. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's good to get that data, but do we really need another device doing that if we had something like PRTG or Nagios already doing the monitoring? It depends on how deep the health and performance checks are. If it's just CPU, disk, interface utilization, that sort of junk, power supply failure, or if it goes deeper into the deep packet inspection type health. Operating outside their normal ranges. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Configuration, reusability, and for templates and template stacks. Deploying firewall, a few differences in network device level configuration. Duplicate templates, Panorama, yeah. Such duplication increases operational overhead and chances of configuration error. Yep, of course. Introduces variables for device-specific IP values. Okay. I was kind of already doing this with local overrides. I would define a dummy object and then override it locally. So that's good that this is now a native thing. Now I got to go back and figure out how to migrate all my stuff to this. But that's good. Support for Panorama virtual appliance in new environments. Oh, in AWS and Azure. Cool. Dedicated log collectors. Good, good. Nothing groundbreaking, but good. Management only mode. Okay, yeah, so no logging at all to Panorama. Sweet. Yeah, this goes back to what I said earlier about modularity. Device management, license enforcement. What in tarnation? Validates that a valid device management and associated support licenses exist for the firewalls you plan to manage in Panorama. So Panorama does that now instead of them phoning home and activating. Cool. I guess if that could eliminate the need for the firewalls to have an internet connection, that could be good. Content update revert. Well, that's good. Some of those content updates can seriously hose things. I always like to set them to have a threshold of don't install the latest bleeding edge, wait till it's been released and out there for a day or a couple days. Let the community vet it, and if they want to, if Palo Alto wants to pull it back, they can do that. But better reverting is always good. Direct query, PA7000. PA7000 can now forward logs to Panorama. It couldn't before? Guess I didn't know that. I don't have one of these big beasts. Interesting. I didn't know they even had that behavior. That's pretty specific stuff here. I don't use it. Rapid deployment of the latest threat prevention updates. Mission critical, security first. Okay, now you don't need to choose. The following features enable a blend of both approaches. Installation threshold. What? You can already do that. Fine-tune content update thresholds. Threat updates and application updates. Oh, okay, okay. Huh. Cool. More granularity. Staggered updates, yeah. Tools to avoid or mitigate content update issues. Content releases undergo rigorous performance and quality assurance. Right. Okay, what are the tools, buddy? Content release validation check. Firewall now validates that previously downloaded content release is still the PAN recommended version. If it weren't the PAN recommended version, wouldn't PAN pull it out of the repository? Like if they release a bad update, as has happened in the past, wouldn't they pull it back? Why would there be an update out there available but not the recommended? I don't understand this one. Enhanced telemetry. Ooh. Okay. Critical content updates can now directly alert you. I thought they do that with the emails. I haven't seen many of those emails lately, but they used to send out emails for critical updates. SMB improvements, WildFire. Okay, that's good. Good, good. Getting smarter. Deeper packet inspection. EAP support for Radius, blah, blah, blah. Authentication using custom certificates for WildFire. Okay. Huh. I knew you could do that for user ID. Between your user ID agents, you could have a custom cert, but So we're just expanding that capability. GlobalProtect features. That's cool. Video streaming applications, YouTube, Netflix. So you can selectively split tunnel. That's cool. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Kerberos, blah, 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 Chromebooks. Well, seems like a customer probably asked for that one. That's pretty specific. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Management features. Here we go. This is a little more exciting. Rule usage tracking. Outdated, obsolete firewall rules. Introduce unnecessary security risks. Blah, 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 blah. Actions. This capability gives you a way to identify obsolete rules. I must have missed something there. What capability? With rule usage tracking, you can readily identify unused rules. I thought there was already a button for that. Huh. Look out, Firemon. Interesting. I swore there was a button. Oh, there's a hit counter. Pretty sure there was not a hit counter before, but I thought there was a button for unused. Maybe I'm thinking of checkpoint. Configuration table export auditors require. Oh, that's good. Very nice. Probably never used that one, but reporting engine enhancements. So these, yeah, we could use a tune-up there. Correlate system events with user activity. So the unified log to investigate network platform behavior and then use these correlations to create policies that guard against security risks and patterns you observe on the network. What? Come again? It's the unified log. Newly added user activity report filters. It's the unified log. Whatever. Enhanced application logging. Kind of vague. Enable the firewall to collect data that increases network visibility for Palo Alto Networks applications. Still pretty vague. For example, this increased network visibility enables Palo Alto Networks magnifier, what the heck's that? To better categorize and establish a baseline for normal network activity. Oh, that's interesting. I'm trying to think what product would do that. So, what unusual? I've seen. Oh, that's a PRTG thing. Unusual results. So it's not necessarily in an error warning state, but it's unusual. The current result versus the time, or the day of the week. Interesting. Requires a logging service license. Is that a new thing? Don't like that. Don't like additional licenses. Tunnel content inspection logging. Separate logs for outer tunnel traffic from logs for inside traffic. Cool. Very cool. GRE. So does this work with any kind of decryption, or is it just GRE and clear text? Oh, wait. Here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Additionally, when you view detailed tunnel inspection log, it includes the name of the tunnel inspection rule applied to the session that was captured in the log, which makes it easier to track information about non-encrypted tunnel traffic. So I know I skip around a lot, but does this do any kind of encrypted tunnels? I don't think so. I'll follow up on that. Okay, dynamic IP address support for destination NAT. You can now configure destination NAT to a translated destination host that has a DHCP assigned IP address. Not just to host a static IP address, because the translated address can now be an FQDN. Holy shit! That's awesome. This means that when DHCP server assigns a new address to a host, you don't have to manually update the FQDN. That's awesome. Been waiting for that for a while. Nor do you need to use a separate external components update to DNS server. That's great. I love that. This whole thing is worth it just for that. With this capability, if the FQDN resolves to more than one address, the firewall automatically distributes sessions among those addresses based on a round-robin algorithm. Wow. Wow. Look out, F5. Here we come. To provide more evenly distributed session loading. Also, in a single NAT rule, you can translate multiple pre-NAT destination IP addresses to multiple post-NAT destination IP addresses. Do they stick? So 192.168.1.1 NATs to 192.168.2.1? Or is it anywhere in that pool? Multiple post-NAT destination IP addresses supporting many-to-many destination NAT. I have to look into that more. This, though, this is awesome. FQDN support for IKE Gateway Peer IP address. Awesome, awesome. Man, I love all the DNS stuff. That's great. Flexibility. Dynamic. I don't even need to read this. See, now that is a good summary. I think the rest of them like that. Configuration capacity improvements. See, this is the opposite of that great example. Now support more address groups, service entries per group, address objects, service objects, FQDN, address objects, zones. Ha! Ha, ha, ha. Awesome. That's that arbitrary limit I was talking about earlier, that artificial ceiling, 30 security zones max. That is great. I'm going to check that out later. Good. Good. These crack me up. 63 characters, 31 characters. Crack me up. What's the current rule limit? Because I like to put very descriptive rule names because I'm a weirdo. But I don't know what the current limit is, but I hit it quite often. You have to spill over into the description field. Refresh of default trusted CAs. That's not even worthy of mentioning. I mean, that's just like maintenance. I'm surprised you even wait until a release, a PANOS release to do that. That should be like a content update. Yeah. Stand by. What? Why'd you reboot? Okay. Back on track here. Just realized I didn't have that up there. Oopsie poopsie. Support for multiple username formats. When a user logs into multiple services with different usernames, user ID sources send these usernames in multiple formats. Okay. So normalization. Cool. Good, good. That's good. Oh yeah, I like this. The ruggedized. Ruggedized. Pretty slick. Looks nice too. 3200, yeah. Yeah. And a 5280. Thing looks like a beast. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Changes to default behavior. This could be interesting. EAP for radius. Cool. This would be improvements with WildFire. That's like that enhancement above the SMB. Deeper packet inspection. Cool, cool. WildFire gateway agent, split tunnel tab. Yeah, they got to accommodate for all the new app-based split tunneling. GlobalProtect gateway user information, current user. Meh. Hit categories, user ID changes, support for multiple. You talked about that. CLI changes, CLI access the minimum and maximum change for the amount of data transmitted. Okay, cool. Yeah, neato. Wait, what? Minimum value has changed for the interval in seconds after which PANOS tries to connect to an another server after previous failed attempt. Set shared server profile. LDAP name. Okay, so you have to wait 60 seconds. Okay. That's a long wait when you're logging in. Pretty long wait. It's like the same deals. Allow content inspection. Allow HTTP partial response. Oh. So for like external dynamic lists, what responses would this be talking about? CTD. Oh. I think that's what that's talking about. Decryption profiles. Blah, blah, blah. HIP. Commands for displaying and configuring antivirus and anti-spyware matching criteria are now consolidated. Ugh, just more changes to what the command is. HA settings, the syntax is set HA group ID. Boring. Show running rule use. I don't think I even knew what that command does. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. See, they already have the ability to tell when rules are unused. Boring, boring. All right, that's it. Oh, limitations. It's very specific. HSM is down. Okay. It's not really a limitation, is it? No limitations. That's just because they're slow. What? The logging status of Panorama Log Collector deployed on AWS or Azure displays as disconnected when you configure the Ethernet 1.1 through Ethernet 1.5 interfaces for log collection. Weird. When you configure firewall as a fails HSM. Okay. Being light intermittently performs slowly. Well, it's light. What do you expect? Multiple commits in a short period of time because the firewall will become unresponsive. Why would you do multiple commits in a short period of time? Get it right the first time, fool. Third-party SFPs can stop working after you upgrade the firewall to which the SFPs are connected. Conspiracy. Whoa! After you reboot VM Series Firewall for Azure, some interfaces configured as DHCP clients intermittently do not receive DHCP-assigned IP addresses. Yikes! That's pretty big. Huh. After you configure 3,000 DHCP relay agent interfaces, I'd stop responding too. Wonder if that's no. VM Series Firewall stop displaying URL filtering logs after you configure a URL filtering profile with an alert action. There's no workaround. Is it all the time, or is it just in certain instances? It's kind of silly. Firewall stops enforcing policy after you manually refresh an EDL that has an invalid IP address or resides on an unreachable web server. So the EDL is hosted at an IP address that's not valid, or the EDL contains an invalid IP address that has an invalid IP address, or resides. Do not refresh EDLs that have invalid IP addresses or that reside on unreachable web servers. Stops enforcing all policy, or just the rule that has the EDL in it. Oh, gotta go. Another meeting. To be continued.